Her friend actually introduced us on the phone. I was in Houston, Texas for the Super Bowl, and that weekend, and her friend was like, "Oh, I got somebody I want you to meet." So I wound up leaving Texas, went back to Florida, and then we wound up getting on the phone. And then from there, that was it. It was like we were inseparable ever since. First date was March the 2nd. I flew in. So after meeting her over the phone February, and we just been conversing, the first date was March 2nd. I was down there to support her for her surgery. So that was our first initial date, me being there and helping her recover back from her surgery. And then Mother's Day, we got married. Well, she's my life. She's my everything. So there's no, I don't see no end to our marriage and to our relationship. Absolutely, definitely bumpy roads. I think every relationship has bumpy roads. I think one of the things that we do so well is we know how to embrace those bumpy roads. So it's definitely key for you guys that are watching this, that are looking to either, get married or that are married. Don't allow the bumpy roads to overcome what you're trying to complete with your significant other. I think that she always had the entrepreneur spirit. Like myself, I think that we both help enhance that spirit because, being up late at night, she'll see me up even later, and then it kind of drives her to kind of do things different. Like when we're together and we're doing separate stuff, I'll see some of the stuff, the content and stuff that she puts out. Then it makes me want to go and do the same thing. So we complement each other in the entrepreneur space to grow. So we both had the spirit. I think that we just enhance it a lot more, being with one another. Well, it's the ability of helping people. I think when you have that spirit, there really is no number to really I know that you have it for goal purposes, but there really isn't an end number that you can have, because the goal is to help as many people as you possibly can. So I think, having that number is just for goal purposes. For me, when they say 100 or 200 clients a month, we stretch and we say 1,000 to 2,000 clients a year, because it's a never ending process. And we know that there's a ton of people, over 77 million Americans, that will be watching this or will see this, and they're going to have that question. I need help with this. And what my wife and her partner offers is something that everybody is in need of. End goal for me, man. So I consider to call myself the #1 entrepreneur in the world. So my end goal is to leave. I'm a dynasty legacy builder. So I want to leave legacies, not just for myself and my family, but teach other people how to leave legacies for themselves and their families. So my goal is to just leave legacies for millions and millions of entrepreneurs around the world, and just teaching them what it is to leave a legacy, not to start a business, but leaving a legacy. Oh, well, that's simple. One of the reasons is we keep God first. So I'm beyond confident that we're going to get there. I think through the process of just being obedient and understanding that obedience is better than sacrifice. So as long as we stay obedient, we stay the course, stay true, stay faithful to one another, the process will stay true and faithful to us, which will give us that end goal that we're looking for. It'll give my wife the clients, and it'll give me my dream. And that way we get that opportunity to say, job well done. Always growing with one another. That's the biggest accomplishment, understanding that there's never an end to growth in marriage. And I think that sometimes the reason why marriages fail is because they feel like, oh, I know everything about you. And the thing about it is that even when you think you know everything about somebody, you really don't. Because sometimes you get so comfortable with the normal, you start to forget about the little things that started that love, that butterfly love that you get, or being on the phone late nights. So we we identify and taking times to go back to that and always refresh. So I love that we understand how to hit the refresh button every time that we know that we need that. So that's definitely a major piece for us.
Well, I'm in definite agreement with that. I think just from past relationships, whether it was in friendships or, you know, in personal relationships, when you reach a place of where you feel like there's nothing else, then problems arise that you can't fix because you feel like you've already, you know, you're there. And so it'll give that person a feeling of being perfect. So, you know, where they'll all of a sudden start feeling like somebody's always on the offensive or the defensive. And I'll say one thing that I love about me and my husband is that we work through everything. There's nothing that, like, we don't go to bed angry. And that was his rule of the house. When we got married, it was like, we'll never go to bed angry, period, no matter what. And then every day at 3:33, he's never missed a day. He says, I love you. And we could be in the middle of a disagreement and he will stop and be like, I love you. And it's kind of like, okay, what was I arguing about? Or I can't argue, you know? And so it just really puts us in a position to where we are growing, evolving, not revolving. We're not recycling. We're actually evolving into something greater. So yeah, I'm definitely in agreement with him.
So one of the things that when you're in that phase of trying to figure out how to bring the idea from here to paper, that's what you actually have to do. You have to take it from the mindset, not just talk about it, but then write it down. And then once you write it down, then you have to start cultivating a plan of action of what you're going to need to put in place to start executing on that. And you know, you hear the myths of, oh, I got to have all of this money and all that. I'm telling you, just start. Just put yourself out there. Perfection is not it. That is not one of the ingredients for entrepreneurship. It's not perfection, because things are they're gonna crumble. They're gonna fall. I don't care how perfect they are. They're going to fall at some point. But just start. Put yourself out there. Do the A and B testing. Figure out if your niche is even a need. And that's the key. You know, don't run away from it. I don't care how many people are doing what you're doing. You want to add a different flavor to it. You want to be different about it. So my advice would be just start. Just put it out there. Absolutely. So you guys can definitely Google my name, Dr. Casual Pitts, and Casual is spelled Casuel. You can find me on all social media platforms: TikTok, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'm on all platforms. Trust me, it's not hard to miss me. And listen, I definitely got to let you guys know that I'm excited about the new venture, being one of the first African American males to take ownership of a new national African American credit union. So definitely got to throw that out there, because that is vital. If we want change, it has to start from the financial institution, which is the reason why I'm in all agreement with what my wife and her partner is doing, is teaching and educating people about finances. So the only way we make a difference in our communities is if we control the underwriting policies and we make sure that we control it from a financial institution. No, we're done. We're done.